Tender, order some tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. Some of the sandwiches are great. Are you guys ready for your next comedian? Clap your hands, make some noise. Yeah. All right, guys. This lady, she travels all over the country doing comedy in clubs. Very funny. Give it up for the one and only Damienne.
Yeah.
My name's Damienne Merlina. My arm got ripped off in a car accident. My little brother went to jail because of that. My grandma had 2 strokes, then she died. My sister just called me to tell me her husband's addicted to heroin, and I just found out I have to have knee surgery. Really great news is I just saved a shitload of money by switching to Geico Auto Insurance. Very fucking stoked about that. And sometimes I just want to come up here and look at you guys and look at my nub and look at you guys and look at my nub and look at you guys and look at my nub. I just want to say, what would you do for a fucking Klondike bar? These are delicious. Like, when I stand like this, does it make me look like I have 2 arms? Because I'm thinking about doing some internet dating. And my headline's just gonna be 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Like, or if I'm on Craigslist, it's just gonna be hand jobs half off. Like, once this girl walked up to me, she was like, Damienne, you would be a terrible lesbian. And I was like, really? Pretty sure it'd be fucking awesome. Before you ask, I put this on your balls, okay? Like, that's the thing. So, you know when you're a little girl and your mom's like, if you're a good girl, mommy's gonna give you a cookie. If you're a good girl, mommy's gonna take you to McDonald's and get you an ice cream cone. Then you grow up and you're fat and, like, everybody's mad. I don't know if you guys see when you look at me, but when I look in the mirror, I just see a fucking really good girl. Okay? And like, if people are sad that you're fat, all you have to do is tell them you used to have been fatter, and then they'll be proud of you. You just have to go, I used to weigh 500 pounds. They're like, oh my God, Damienne, you're like amazing. Wow. You know they say that every fat woman has a skinny woman trapped inside? I found mine, and she sounds like this. Do you guys know who Rosie Perez is from White Man Can't Jump? Yeah. She's like, stupid Billy, I don't want you to give me any water. I'm supposed to want water. I'm going to be the one saying that on a queue. Who's me on a queue for 500, please? What is quince? What is quail? What is a quahog? So I just want to know, like, do you guys know that last year in 2015, Misty Copeland was the first ever African-American prima ballerina? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, how long have we known that fucking black people can dance better than white people? Racism isn't real. Really? Okay. Like, I just want to know, how come, like, when white people get caught dressed up like black people, like, they're like, I'm really sorry. How come not one time have they gone, yeah, they're way fucking cooler than we are, okay? Nina Simone, Pam Grier, Muhammad Ali, Nelson Mandela. Do I have to really break it down that James Earl Jones is both Darth Vader and Mufasa? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro? I just hope these freckles will spread. I tried to get a black power fist and they wouldn't give it to me. You know you work at a job and someone's just a big dick and everyone goes, oh, that's just how she is. Ah! That's just how she is. This is horrible to you. Ah! So I just waited one day outside for this girl in her car and I beat the fucking shit out of her. And she was like, why? And I was like, because she's who I am. Ah! Like, nobody ever expects a nub slap to the face. Sorry, bro. So, the thing is, when I stand like this, I do always look like I have 2 arms, and the cops give me a lot of shit because I'm unarmed. I'm looking at you, people. And this fucking cop came like sauntering up to my car, and like, look, here's the thing. I'm a fucking comedian, and I can be as fat as fuck, bro. If you're a cop, you can't be all donut man. All right, I'm just saying. Like, what are your standards? So Fatty comes up to my car, and he's like, I know you're not texting and driving. And I was like, you know correctly. But please, give me a ticket so I can go to fucking court. And they can be like, swear me in, right hand to God. And I'm like, it's already there. I'm God's right hand man. that the curtsy came from? Do you know what a curtsy is? Like this, a curtsy. Do you think that like women have been oppressed for so long? They were like, I'm so sorry I have a vagina. I'm so sorry I have a vagina. Like I can fucking make one of you, bro. All right? Like just like they just, you know. No, it's not cool. Okay, one of the people have a lot of special skills. Like for instance, I can come to your church and tell you who's a real Christian and who's not a real Christian. Okay, like at the end when your preacher is done praying, he's like, guys, I need you to grab your friend's hand and pray. And then it goes like this. Not a real Christian, yes a real Christian. Not a real Christian, yes a real Christian. Like, what would Jesus do? I'm pretty sure that guy washed feet. I think he'd get him some fucking jazz nub, okay? Like, he'd be like, all right, that's what really happened to me. I was crucified and bottom heavy. I broke off and I ran. Jesus, I'll come back for you. I'm so sorry. So here's the thing. Okay, here you really do want a one-armed person on your team because I'm like the only one in a post-apocalyptic world that can pretend like I'm a fucking zombie and get us some food and shit. Okay? Like to be a zombie, all you have to do is pretend you're Grandpa Simpson. I'm Grandpa Simpson. I got the fucking food! Let me in! Let me in! Okay, so I went on one of these internet dates. I went with this guy and he's like, you know, Damienne, intimacy is really important to me. I like to date a woman for at least 6 months before we ever have sex. I was like, all that's coming out of your mouth from me is I've got a pretty small wiener, and I'd like for you to be emotionally invested in me before I show it to you. So, time for the good news, bad news game, bro. Okay? Bad news, we're never going on a date again. Good news, you can totally put that shit in my ass. Okay? And there are those on the internet who would say that for saying this thing that I'm unkind to the underendowed. And I'll tell you what, I fuck a dude with a small dick like every 2 months just to make sure my kegels are working. Okay? So that's bullshit. Okay? I'm kegling right fucking now. Okay? Do you guys, have you ever heard that saying, everything's bigger in Texas? Woo! I finally figured out that my body's from Texas and my vagina's from China. Like, you think I mean small, but I just mean grossly overpopulated. I just mean my vagina will stand very close to you in line at IKEA. Like my cunt can do your nails, is what I'm saying. Okay, I'm just kidding. If you go outside and get me a chick, I'll get me a stick, I'll whittle you a Kachina doll. Okay. You guys have been amazing. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you. If there was music, this is what I was gonna do. It's a fucking magic trick.